welcome to the McLaren Boys Trip 2019. Let me just get you some light. So, in the car here, we have Brett. Oh, can you see him? Turn your light on, Brett. Now, we've got Gus behind him.
Toodaloo.
Behind me, Locke. And then, of course, me, Innes. So, basically, what this series is going to be, it's going to be us McLaren boys doing our out west trip. We're going out to Uluru over the Plenty Highway and back through the Simpson Desert. So, if you enjoy any overlanding or touring kind of stuff, you'll probably enjoy this series, especially if you like to see the desert of Australia. Okay, so anyway, today got off to a bit of a slow start. We started off with everything that we needed to have ready. There just needed to be a few more things put on the roof and everything needed to be loaded into the back. But there were some issues with timing and things like that. So it took us a little bit longer to get everything together, but that's okay. We've got off tonight like we said we would, which is exciting. So basically on the trip, we're starting at the beach and we're gonna end up in the desert. So it should be a pretty awesome trip and we'll check in with you later. All right, welcome to day one of the McLaren Family Boys Trip 2019. Last night was pretty easy. We got in fairly late, so we just decided to check into a cheap motel. So we are at the Coachman's at the moment, about to go get some breakfast. It was, we got a few hours done last night, made it to Toowoomba, which is all right. Just had a quick Macca's dinner, which wasn't great, but that's okay. We'll hopefully have something better tonight and be camping for you. We'll check in with you later. So we just had a good feed at the Finch, I think was called, the cafe we did. Yep, very good breakfast if I do say so myself. Now we're on the road. We'll be going for about an hour down to Dalby to see some friends, go visit a gin, and yeah, should be a good drive out there. Pretty easy, just down the bitumen, which will be good. How you boys feeling? Good for the first day?
Yep, full.
Wow, you guys
Strong,
are very
fit,
good.
hard.
Yeah, see, that's
Ready.
more like it. Alright, so we just met up with a bloke named Darren Hosco from Dalby Rural Supplies. He showed us around the sheds there, and we got to have a look at the seed treatment plant, which coats the seed with all kinds of chemicals that help them grow and keep bugs off them, which is pretty awesome. We also had a look at a spot sprayer, like one that has infrared thing, so it'll see the color of a weed and spray that specific spot, which is really good to reduce your chemical usage on your property. We've filled up all the jerry cans, filled up the airbags with air, and the car's chock-a-block now. Got gas on the roof, so we're set to go. All right, so we've just pulled up outside of the gin, just outside of Dalby, which is basically just a cotton mill. Brett's inside at the moment talking to Smack, who's Steve McNally, and he's going to show us around and we're going to have a quick look through the gin. after saying we'd leave a long time ago, which means we've only made an hour of progress today, but that's okay. It's been a good day. We're just getting some lunch now, and so we went out to the gin, had a look around the gin, which you probably saw in the video, and then we realised that we forgot to give Hosco his pegs back that have been sitting in our shed for 2.5 years after we borrowed them from him. But that's alright, so we gave them back to him, and we are still in Dole. We decided we'd do some shopping, got that done, had to load the car. It was very tricky. As you can see, it is pretty chockers in the back there. The two boys just snacking away. We're getting some lunch, so that should be all sorted. Brett's in there buying food for us, which is pretty good. And yeah, so the gym was awesome. It was pretty cool learning about all of the new technology and stuff that they use there. And same with the Dolby Rural suppliers. They have a lot of new technology with their seed coating, their sprays and things like that. You'll see that in the video, and I'll put some little links to them there. So yeah, we're about to hit the road again once we get some lunch and try and get a few hours down the road, hopefully just past Mitchell, and we'll talk to you then. Alright, so what you just saw there was a heap of water on the side of the road, and that has come after last night's big rain, just in this little patch of area. And what's happened is they've got somewhere between 4 and 8 inches of rain, they reckon, which is a lot of rain for just a little bit. And there were some places that even got around half a foot of hail, which is pretty substantial for the drought we're in at the moment. So you've got a couple of hours down the track. We didn't make it to Mitchell, which is okay. We didn't really expect to. But we've just pulled up at Judds Lagoon, which is a nice little campsite on the river just here. I'll turn around so you can see the river. There you go, down in there, which is all right. So we're just about to set up camp, and I'll do a quick time lapse of that for you to have a look. So this is our first camp setup. It might take a while, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so camp is all set up and it's looking pretty good. We've put up the awning, unrolled the 4 swags. Gus is getting onto the fire now. Took a little bit longer than we hoped, but that's alright. That's what happens when it's your first time setting up the camp. So hopefully over time it'll start to get a little bit slower, but I'll give you a quick walk through now. So we've got everything we need basically on the tailgate, close the rest. We've got the big 720 awning on. Oh, we've got a Gus.
Oh, sorry, 270 on.
270, sorry, my bad.
It's a dash clips.
Then we've got the 4 swags rolled out on the mat there. It'll be pretty good for tonight. Chairs set up, fire about to start, and looking forward to the night. Alright, so it's just got dark. We're just settling up around the campfire. Everyone's got a bit of a feed going on. There's Bretto next to the fire, eating his dinner. Gusso pulling up next to him. Basically all we've got left to do is have a couple of drinks by the fire, then we'll settle into the swags for the night, and we'll see all you tomorrow.